Because these are people that could die while they're working. You know, I mean, I don't want to go running into a burning building. I don't think, you know, I think that person needs to have their nerves worn out. But instead of raising taxes on, there was a bill up on Smith Hill, only income over $250,000. They got nothing to do with being allowed to throw people out of their houses. And if I saw all of a sudden Angel Tavares said, I'm going to have a 6-month moratorium on all foreclosures, and I want to see the paperwork, like they did in Cleveland. You know, then
I think they tried to do something like that, but they couldn't get it. You couldn't evict people who were renters. They did something like that, and I forgot exactly what it was, but it was they made some attempt. In fact, Cicilline did, but I didn't think that they got it through in the state
But
house.
I'm saying right now, with this economy, with this winter coming on, buddy, how can we allow people to be thrown out of their houses when you don't even know it was legal? Plus, nothing has been done to get them the money to build the economy. They're not people that don't.
I noticed that Bank of America in the newspaper this morning opened a loan modification office in Warwick. So I called the number. There was an answering machine.
Right.
Okay, I couldn't really talk to the answering machine. But you see, here's the point. The point is, you know, you had like Barney Frank. I mean, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, all those people. You got one of the perpetrators of that whole situation was Barney Frank. In fact, his clean man.
Yeah.
All right, because you were with the media. You were covering the protest movement in Boston.
Yep, that's right.
And they told you to move, and I guess you were not moving. Is that?
Well, that's not exactly what happened.
What happened?
So the police come in and kind of engage with the protesters, and prior to that, there was this kind of clear demarcation between where the press was and where the police and the protesters were. But of course, when the police and protesters engaged one another, that went right out the window, and all of a sudden there were police and protesters kind of wrestling all around me, and they must have confused me for...
Now, those people there in Boston, they didn't move, did they? They didn't want to move.
No, they didn't move. That's right.
But some of these people aren't going to move either.
I'm guessing some of them will stay if and when the police come.
There's going to be a court order that's going to... Because they, you know, obviously the city's position can be, yeah, it's okay, you can occupy the park. I want to know, you know, if the commissioner is saying that you can't stay in a park after 9 o'clock, he knew that in the first place when he said you can go there.
Yeah, I'm sure he knew that rule.
So you were violating the law then, and you're violating it now. What's the difference of violating the law then and now? It's a violation of the law. So in other words, but it gets to be consistent, and there are other people who want to use the park, I guess, and it doesn't. One of the things that you should avoid is the real confrontation, but you know this can't go on forever. And I think that in this situation, I think the person who's going to do the eviction is a woman. It's called Mother Nature. That's who's going to evict the people from here.
But I also have a blog on our website.
Okay, Bob Plain.
And Bob, that website is
630wpro.com.
All right.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks, Bob. All right, it's 4:30. Yes, sir.
A couple of things. I'm listening to these people, and I know you're trying to find out what their reasoning is. First of all, you should give them all Halloween outfits for the Scarecrow. Give them the Scarecrow outfit, and then they could go to the Wizard of Oz, and get a brain. Because
well, you don't think anybody here, Bob's got a brain?
I'll be honest with you. Their thinking is very illogical. Let me give you a couple of points, buddy.
Go ahead.
First of all, number one, when they say corporations must put people before profit, excuse me, it should be profits before people. And this is why. Only profitable corporations can employ people.
I don't think anybody has said. I'm not taking anybody's side here. I want to hear what they have to say, and they're frustrated because there have been corporations that have taken excessive profits.
Oh, buddy, that's bullshit.
Nope. We've got to get rid of him now. You know, you can say anything on the radio once, and that's why we went through. That's why we have all this for the full ride. 2 weeks.
I've been here for 2 weeks in the General Assembly since the beginning of October.
I see. And what do you do when you're not part of the protest?
I am one of those people who got laid off in September.
Where'd you work?
Borders.
Oh, you work at Borders Bookstore?
Yes.
Okay. I might have seen you down there. I think so. So Borders is obviously going the way of a bankruptcy, I guess, and went out. And we hated to see that happen because we like Borders. But you were one of the ones that got laid off. And are you collecting unemployment?
Yes, I am now part of the new American dream, collecting unemployment for as long as I can.
All right, and so what do you, how do you think this, what is your particular issue outside of the fact that Borders unfortunately went bankrupt, and you're out of a job?
We all do it. It's the usual. But how often do we get the chance to actually get involved and try fixing a problem?
Okay.
So my message has always been the same. It's about owning your voice.
But directed where? I mean, where are you directing your voice? I mean, you're a laid-off guy. We understand that. I feel badly for you. You want to work. You want to get a job. Have you made efforts to get a job?
Yeah. I mean, I go home for a couple of hours, send out resumes, but it's all about directing our voices at a system that has marginalized us as people. It's like I vote every election. I vote because I think it's important to be part of the system that I can complain about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
But do you think that the people who you've elected to run the government, the United States government, do you think that from the people you voted for, have they satisfied you? Have they been listening to your voice?
No. That's why I won't be voting for them in the next election.
You know, in a way it is, because the less time they're there, the better off we are.
That's true, Mayor, but then you'll have to compete with them back in Rhode Island because they'll